We're live.
Hey. Hey, yeah. I ain't need like that one. Let me say. Hey. Cause I've been trying to be practical. Let me take a sabbatical. Apparently what I'm saying too radical. And y'all can't stomach.
Your worth. Good morning. Listen, y'all. Be the excrement. Hold on, let me turn it off. I'll cut the music. All right. Them the new hits is coming. Listen, guys. We got a great show today. A lot of fun stuff to talk about. That budget. Buddy, listen. That budget's at the top of it. We're going to take a look at the city meeting. We're going to take a look at some folks who spoke and got engaged with the civic process and what that looks like. And we're going to talk about, of course, a Wednesday recap of last week. I am trying to get in here and share the live because y'all know that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Share the live, let everybody know where we are and what time it is. Where's my live? Am I not live? I'm live, right? Been live for a whole minute. Why won't my live come up? Thank you. Share the live. So y'all know we're monetized on this platform, and if you send us some stars, we can keep creating a whole bunch of dope, exciting content like this for y'all and keep bringing y'all the news about what's going on in these streets. And, we got to talk about in these streets. There's a lot of events, a lot of Juneteenth events going on live right now, sharing in the Albany Forward group. And, of course, make sure y'all join the Albany Forward group. We got nothing but positive, exciting, uplifting things in the Albany Forward group. And so, of course, we got to do the due diligence, y'all. I appreciate everybody for shopping online. Thank you for all the orders that came in. I can't even remember names right now, but thank y'all for shopping online. Please continue to do so. EasyCopy.io is where you go to do that. And so let's take a look at the agenda, y'all. Let's take a look, see at what we're talking about real quick. Because, yeah, that $300 million budget. You know what? That city manager position officially went out. Man, and then we're going to talk about national news because I wanted to take a real quick look at Trump's conviction versus Hunter Biden's gun charges. But, of course, before we get into all of that, we got to get in these streets. And so let me pull up. Where's these? There's a lot of Juneteenth events going on in Albany and surrounding areas. So over the next couple weekends. And there is a camp. There's lots of camps. I'm trying to get back in the Albany Forward group because that's where it's at. All right. Let me share the screen. We got scholarships and everything in here. Hold on. Because there's always something going on in Albany, Georgia. So young people that are in college, we got scholarship funds going on. Make sure you join the Albany Forward group. Oh, and then, of course, this just happened yesterday. It was a great show with Nexus. Tune in if it's in the group. Check that out. So Monroe has a mini cheer camp going on. That's at the end of June. Man, listen. Oh, man, content day party. I forgot to share this with y'all really on a big level. But it's going on at the end of June, Saturday, June 29th, right here in the plaza, right here out front. All the stores that are in this plaza are like creative stores, and so we're all going to be open. We're going to have a grill going on, free food, music, a whole good time. Make sure y'all come out to that. You know what? And real quick, I wanted to show y'all this because I don't really talk about it, but Geo Ant be posting a lot of jobs, a lot of work at home jobs and tech jobs and things like that can basically, give you multiple streams of revenue. And so, and it looked spammy the way he posted. I wish it was cleaner. I wish it had more like the definition. But if you actually click in there, there's a wealth of knowledge. There's a lot of good information. So take some time if y'all want a change of career, or you want to look at adding some streams of revenue. This good resources here. And so that's the county commission meeting. Oh, this is going on June 8th. A Black employee voices Juneteenth color run at Albany State West Campus over here at Darden. And so registration begins at 8:30. Race begins at 9:30. That is early in the morning. But that's going on too. So going on in these streets. I was trying to find the camp. Oh, snap, man. Listen, Summer Splash is going on in July too. And we just got Jelly Ball. We just secured Jelly Ball. So we're going to be out there with the wild whoop. and all of this it's a bigger deal than it's ever been now. So shout out to that and them signing on as a sponsor. We of course now we got the city and Parks and Rec involved as well. So it's a big deal. Make sure y'all come out to Summer Splash. What was this, Ken? Anyway, make sure y'all join the Albany Forward group. There's a lot of stuff in there. All right, now let's get into this money. Let's get into this $300 million budget that the city has proposed. Hold on, what was it? If I had that, honestly, listen, man, we finna talk about this $300 million. And I, you know what? Honestly, in the chats, I will please put your input because let's take a look at the city commission meeting because pull it back up. In fact, share the screen because the budget hearing was yesterday and people got a chance to go up in front of the city commission meeting. How do I watch online meetings? And they talked about what they felt the budget should reflect and how they felt that money should be spent. And so I'm gonna step up to about the 28-minute mark. And hold on, pause real quick because we're gonna take a look at this. And so I went before the city commission some years ago, actually in 2021, when they had the budget, and I talked about how money could be spent on community gardens. And this was when they had the Biden rescue plan money coming down. It was $20 million that came down. And there was a bunch of us that came before the commission was like, hey, we can spend money on this. Boys and Girls Club came, NYSP came, a whole bunch of different other programs came and was like, hey, spend money on this. We need funding for youth sports, all this. Of course, they never approved any of our money. But this hearing, as interim city manager Derek Brown said, was to talk about the proposed budget, not necessarily talk about amending it, because at this point they'd had the amendments. So let's hear what the community had to say because people came and spoke up.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Alexis Parker. I live in Ward 1. I'm a community member of Albany, Georgia. I'm here just to speak on the proposed budget again. As you see, my colleague and fellow community member, Tykevius Greer, came up here because we're urging the commission to speak to utility board to amend the budget to use $7 million from the reserve for these programs. Now, we've been fighting for this for a year. We've given a comprehensive proposed budget to the utility board that they are reviewing. We are talking about how this is an investment and how this can return money. We have new suggestions on how these programs can be implemented. So while there are some things factored in the budget that was approved, such as $2 million for weatherization, there still needs to be a refinement of weatherization programs that includes renters, middle class, that includes investments that the city can get back as well. So it's called an IUI program. The pilot program, there are many programs around Georgia and the United.
Real quick, and I'm gonna let her finish. But I know who it is, Kenji. But yeah, so listen, a new rink, movie theaters, more movie theaters. Being a child from the 9, you know what I'll do for real. Listen, Doc, I'm writing an article right now, real quick, because I don't know if y'all remember the old East Side, Doc. And in this article, I talk about how I was there at the end of the golden years, where we had not one, not two, but 3 grocery stores. We had 3 banks, and we had what else we had over there? We had Video Warehouse and Movie Gallery. We had we had a lot of stuff on the East Side, and things just went away. And so we could invest easily in these things. Why not put a movie theater back on the East Side? We got a new Walmart over there now. So listen, dog, there's so much that could be done. This nice young lady, of course, talked about amending the budget to get the $7 million for the utilities. This lady that spoke after her also talked about.
And
she can't afford who utilities.
Alexis said, just to piggyback off of what she said, I'm not here to beg for a handout, but without work, I can't pay these, these bills. And I actually brought a few, if you want to see them, examples. That lady brought her bill. I'm talking about.
So
represent.
Look, now one thing I wanna talk about.
I know that I'm
Hold
not
on,
the
let me
only
move this over here.
This, but if you guys
This is an opportunity, y'all. Like, and let me I don't know if you can
give
hear.
me some type of education on why they're so,
But
so high.
This is how you get engaged. Now, granted, there were opportunities, many more opportunities before this, whereby the community should have and could have gotten engaged and put forth, proposals on what needed to go into the budget, how they needed that money to be spent. But still, in this meeting, and there's still time, and even after this meeting, there's still time to make amendments to the budget. And so, stay engaged. Like after this meeting, like, and I hope I can find who all these people are. I know a couple of them. I know Miss Alexis Parker there. But they need to continue to come to the meetings, and we need more y'all to continue to come to the meetings, speak just like this, because like in what she said, Ms. Alexis Parker, I don't know if y'all heard it. She said we've submitted a proposal to the utility board, an amended proposal of how we can spend the money. Like that's the work that has to be done. Appreciate that. I mean, Nikki Owens in this thing, dog. There you go, man. Listen, that's the whole truth. We all sides need improvements, but we know which sides need more improvement than others. And so, join the work. There you go. Listen, we need y'all all to. If this meeting was like 300, 500 strong, like it would speak much more volume. In fact, let's hear this lady here. Hold on.
Can't afford to pay these high utility bills, and when it comes to increasing our 6th component of utility bills.
Yeah, so right now she's talking about how they recently raised the rates last month, the beginning of May. She's talking about how they raised the rates on people, and so she's giving them a piece of mind. Listen, you know what? As I can let this play in the background, I want to revisit last week. Let's recap last week because a lot of y'all been hyping me up. Y'all been in my inbox talking about, yeah, get it. Now listen. When I'm taking these folks to task, it's definitely not personal, like I said in the lives. And I get passionate and I get angry, honestly, too. And I'm not saying be aggressive and confrontational with your leaders. I want to be very clear about that. I'm not saying go. Now, when they're unresponsive and they're just derelict in their duties, sometimes that's how you got to be. But what's by and large much more effective is building relationship with your leaders. That is much more effective when it comes to getting things done and talking in front of these people. Like you can tell by who, as people come up and talk, who has a little bit more relationship with speaking with these leaders and so forth. Hold on, what you said? What you said, Kenji? I remember when people used to go to the park for fun and sightseeing. Listen, man, RIP to the sand dunes. If y'all seen what the sand dunes is gone. The sand dunes is gone, dog. And so I talked about that actually on the live last night, me and Ness's live, man. Like there's just a tiny little sliver of what used to be the sand dunes is left. And Oxford Construction is doing all kind of work back there. And granted, it's their land. And it's their right to do whatever, but that was a state landmark and it's gone now. And I don't know if it's just me. I don't know, because the sand dunes was a place. Like it was just a lot. I have so many memories there. And so I don't know if it's just me that's hurt by this, but I go by there sometimes and I just be sad. I just drive slow and God dang, dog. We used to have campouts, man, exercise, like all kind of junk, and the junk gone, man. And so there's so much that I want to talk about, but hold on, let me jump back in these comments. I'm gonna start. Nina Solo, dog, that's real, exactly, dog. Brenda ran from us yesterday. Wait. Brenda will not take accountability, dog. Shout out to the utility board. We're speaking about these bills and these high rates that they're going to approve. When it comes to explaining how and why the bills and the rates are the way they are, she can't do it. All she can do is of course regurgitate, oh, we're in this MEAG contract and so forth and so forth. But it's not, there's no accountability there. And so she's one of them ones that where if you've tried and attempted to establish that relationship. So yeah, good for her, sucker. Good, sir. Thank you for bringing me back to it, Nikki Owens. But because the sand dunes, man, my heart just went out. But when you've tried to establish that relationship with your leaders and they fail to build that bridge back on the other side, then shoot, sometimes you got to turn up the heat. And then, because I'm like I said in my other live, I have the same tone with everybody. I'm not Brenda. What's the lady? BJ. BJ was the first to get it. BJ was the first to doggone. I took it to task. I wrote a whole article about that woman, and what's his name? Carson Fletcher read it and promoted the junk, and then did an article about me in the article and put it on the front page of the Herald. So look, everybody can get the smoke now if you're not doing your job, or if you're working backwards in that capacity where you're supposed to be a leader representing the interests of the people. If you're not doing your job, you finna catch this heat. You finna catch the heat because doggone ain't no. You not know. It's all money you spending. Oh, I don't spit on the screen, y'all. I'm so passionate. Hold on. Let me jump back in here, dog. Exactly. Ain't no park. And then they're talking about they was finna get rid of the skate park. I'm like, what kind of foolishness is that? And so the sand dunes, dog. Yeah, go over there. Go take a look at the sand dunes, man. You can't even go back there, actually. You can't go back. They got the junk gated up and stuff now. So like there's a small little sliver that Albany State still owns. And so it's right there in the front, right when you come around the curve, that little sliver that's there where they can still run up and down. Other than that, you go back there, it's gated. You can't even go back there, dog. It's so bad. And I'm sad. I'm so sad. Anyway, what you said, Nikki Owens, she assigned herself to be the resources of utilities, but the form wasn't helpful. Listen, it's, yeah, dog, got to come see it. I don't know what's up with Brenda Bowder, dog. We're gonna do a whole another breakdown to that, but to jump back in here and skip through this meeting, there were a lot of people that came up and spoke, and they talked about different ways that the money could be spent. There were before this
the past 3 years.
Hey, they hold on,
explained that about time the MEAC contract is over with, my 9-4-year-old will be my age, which I'm about to be 40, but he'll be 36. So where do they have a break from the fight that we're pushing to make sure that you keep your constituents in mind? Those people that Ms. Takesha spoke of, some of those people paid light bills, and some of that surplus money is what they invested. We all invested in this community, and by us investing what we're investing, which is paying the bills, which keeping this city the good life city.
Pause right there. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. You just said it. You just said it right there. And this was a point that was made yesterday on Nexus Live. If everybody just stopped paying their bills, what they finna do? Like, granted, now that's an extreme measure, but that is one way that you can communicate, hey, I'm not gonna continue to fund your misappropriation of the funds. And so but the whole point is, if we as a community come together behind a single action, a single goal, a single focus, it will change the landscape of how things are done here entirely. That has to be our goal and our mission, which is why we need a caucus. And I'm going to keep planting that seed. I got an article that I'm going to put out either later today or tomorrow expressing the need for Albany to have a very formal and effective caucus where we formalize and outline our issues, and then we decide which candidates we want to champion those issues in the elections. That has to happen. We have not had it, and it has led to the lack of leadership that we have here today. And so now we have to come here before this unresponsive council commission and tell them how to do their job, and then they still not do it. That be the junk that pissed me off. It's like, and so to piggyback, it's not like we're not engaged, and that be the thing. That be the other part that frustrates me. It's not like we ain't out here. I don't just be on here talking for my help. I be in the meetings too. I be in them joints, like it, and I call the leaders. And so I had a talk with Gloria Gaines yesterday. Actually, I talked with her because some ladies after this meeting, a couple of the ladies here. We're gonna jump here next. Hold on, lady, hold on. In fact, because there was, who was that? Oh, Carl Morgan did anything? What Carl Morgan talking about? Hold on. We finna jump back in, nigga. I ain't know Carl Morgan was in this thing. But no, the reason why I said relationships are much more effective. A couple ladies after this meeting came to the shop, came here to talk politics, and they were like, "Yeah, this happened, and our property taxes are going up, but our property values are not going up, and we need to talk to somebody about this and blah 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 blah. And so of course I looked up where they are. They're in Indian Creek. So their city commissioner, Ward 4, Chad Warbington. Their county commissioner is District 5, Gloria Gaines. So I said, well, are you gonna talk to Chad? No, man, we don't like Chad. They don't got no relationship with Chad. But I said, well, I know Gloria Gaines. I can reach out to her and see what's up. So I was able to connect them, and Gloria Gaines was able to speak to them and let them know, I guess what next step they needed to take and all of that. But that's how you get stuff done at that level. And that couldn't have been facilitated without relationship. So whilst I am hard on these folks, and I'm going to give them that heat, believe that, it is much more effective, and the goal should always be to establish relationship. Now, as the leaders, they should be, of course, taking that first step to introduce themselves, to have these open forums, to have these dialogues where people feel like they're comfortable to engage with you. They should take those initial steps, but they don't. And so that's the problem with the disconnect. And so leaders, we need you all to take the first steps to establish these relationships with the people whereby they feel comfortable coming into these chambers and expressing their needs and expressing their challenges. Hold on, what you said, Kenji? Albany got more car washes. Listen, that wonder why the violence is high. Exactly, man. So call your commissioners and county leaders to speak your truth. Exactly. Now, and again, like to just reiterate and close the point, because I still want to talk about what I would do with this $300 million. But come to these meetings and you see the ones that duck and hide. You see the ones that run away and leave out and aren't trying to make connections with the people, i.e. Brenda Battle, because they're not interested in establishing relationships with active citizenry. The active citizenry intimidate people like Brenda Battle because they clearly don't have the people's interests at heart. And that is something that needs to be paid attention to. That is not a personal attack. That is an observation of how leaders move and leaders that aren't leaders move. So be clear about that. And so we know when a Mayor Bo Duro ducks out and real quick, and when people are trying to hold him accountable for what's going on, we see the lack of leadership there. We see it. So let's hear what Cora Morgan had to say real quick. Cora Morgan, what you talking about? What you
really just encourage you all to really strongly look at that and do the moral thing and do the right thing.
Look at what now? Look at what
receives a bill back.
Hold on.
1.8, correct?
Hold on. Cora Morgan, what you talking about?
Corey Morgan, community organizer, but also elected official down in Mitchell County on the Camilla City Council. And again, all the comments that have been shared so far are very accurate in the fact that this is what the community is asking for. And this is something that the city of Albany can definitely do. I even want to highlight the MEAC rebates that are returned yearly. Even this year, Albany received a 1.3, 1.8, correct me if I'm wrong, rebate from MEAC. And just for education purposes, this is where the community is paid each month. And sometimes that's just a little overage. The city of Albany receives a bill back from MEAC. And based off of what you all as residents are paying, sometimes this is over. And at the end of the year, or the fiscal year for MEAC, there's a rebate that is returned to the city.
Come on now. Hold on. So pause right there.
Again, just another opportunity.
Pause right there. Because that boy he's dropping jewels. He's dropping knowledge and information right there. Every year, we get a rebate from MEAC. I didn't even know that. That's news to me. This man informing the world right now. Y'all, so right there, that tells you that there is more than enough money in this city for these people to do right by the people and help alleviate this stress, as opposed to continuing to raise rates and raise rates and raise rates. There's no vision. There's no leadership. Dog, listen, man. Listen, listen. Morgan, that boy good. That boy good. Listen, hey, I don't. please share the live, y'all. If you haven't shared the live, share the live right here, because we talking about this $300 million that is our money and how we need it to be spent. Listen, if you got $1 million plus coming in every year, what are y'all doing with it? What are you all doing with the money? I have, you know what? I'm so sorry. Let me get the budget from last year. Hold on. It was out. Let me get the budget. So, last year's budget, fiscal year 2023, general government expenditures, general fund expenditures. In this budget, it breaks down, of course, where all the money is spent, basically how the government itself funds itself with the money, and how much of that goes to that. That's like 22 million of the 300 million goes to funding the government functioning itself. Now, that's a whole nother talk. We could talk about breaking down bureaucracy and getting rid of some of these wasted positions where people aren't effective in their jobs and they wasting our goddamn money. We could talk about that, because we could lower them expenditures by a couple million by themselves. Listen, and Terrence Fowler's in the comments now. Listen, man, join the live. Oh, do I need to send you a link? You want to join the live? Another city commissioner came to Albany to tell Albany what they can do instead of ministry. Listen, man. Corey Morgan, a fool, boy. Listen, let's hear the rest of Corey Morgan. Let's hear the rest.
Resources that can be sent back to this community. And I really just encourage you all to really, really strongly look at that and do the moral thing and do the right thing for the constituents that are here.
That's real.
And then I also would like to do a plug for transportation as well. There have been a lot of concerns raised. We're out doing some surveys with transportation riders. They're not pleased with the hours. Weekend hours are limited, and even rides ended at 5 o'clock each day, or just not suitable for people who are working post 5 or going into work around 2 and 3 o'clock. So I do strongly encourage you all just to take all this feedback. We're here, available to meet. We do this every day. We talk with these constituents.
We're here every day.
Thank you all for
We're here every day. Let go.
This land by ordinance is undevelopable because the driveway can't. There's nowhere on the road frontage that this driveway can meet the criteria.
All right. So anyway, okay, we'll take it. I encourage y'all, please continue to look at the rest of the city commission meeting. There's a lot more to talk about. Real quick, I want to look at the budget itself. For the record, yeah, listen, it will. I'm pretty sure everybody's salary is somewhere. Let me find where this budget's at. Share this tab. There we go. And so this is the 2024 budget. Let me make that bigger. Excuse me. Let's see here. 301 million. Total revenues 319 million. Oh, it's up. I thought it was 317. It's 319. Cost of goods sold. Okay, personnel services 7-8 million. Operating expenses. Listen, this is a very total expenditures. Hold on. So we've got some overage. So we got 2 million in surplus. Okay, so net revenues over expenditures. We got $8 million in net revenues over expenditures is what I'm reading. How do we invest this $8 million? So let's jump back to the 300 million. So looking at how this is broken down, the first thing I'm gonna do, because this is a much more detailed 300 something page document here that I got from 2023, but we can definitely do some amending to how we fund the government in these offices. Shout out to downtown office. Shout out to a lot of different departments that are just they aren't able to get the job done. The clerk's office is oh man, they was calling for Yvonne Moore to go ahead and step down in the groups. Hold on, man. I'm trying to find something in this budget, but I can't find it. All right, so real quick, how I would spend this 300 million. Let me just get straight to it. We need to create greater access to food. We need to create greater access to healthcare, greater access to reliable energy and sustainable Wi-Fi in all parts of town. How do we do that? We take this goddamn $8 million and we invest it. We take that $1 million plus rebate every year from MEAG and we invest it back into people. We alleviate these doggone utility rates. It's very simple. We take that $300 million and we put it everywhere that these people said. We put it back in the youth. Why don't we have a water park? Doggone it. Incentivize folks. Okay, and then back up to, because we continue to recap last week, they voted down the liquor licenses. What I said is clearly these business people, it was some Indians from Atlanta, Ganchi was his last name. He says, hey, I want to put a grocery store is what he ultimately came to. I want to put a grocery store on the east side. I said, if you do that, we have no problems. What didn't happen and what I still need to do, we need to finish the follow-up with telling Ganchi, hey, listen, clearly you want to spend money on the east side. Clearly you want to invest here or you want to put a business, but this is the type of business that we need here on the east side. And here are some incentives from the city to bring this type of business here. Here's some tax breaks. Here's some whatever it is. And that's how you rebuild the east side. That's how you take that leadership step and make those connections and bring the industry down here. It can start small with, hey, maybe it's a small shopping plaza, maybe it's a whatever, but then it grows to bigger industry that you can attract because now you're changing the landscape. When you couple that with the work that new Sheriff-elect Taryn Hayes has to do with establishing our jail to jobs program. And now you have a very strong workforce that's coming straight from home. It's homegrown. These people are effective now. They have skills, they have trades. Boom, they can get right into the workforce and do the work that needs to be done. Industry booms. East side can be east side again. We had Cooper Tire. We had Colson Clark. We had everything. We still got Terra Foods. We still got P&G and Molson Coors. We still got all these other Marine Base. East side is still east side. So that talk about the city of East Albany, buddy, we can still have it. This budget here, I wonder how that would affect this budget and what that would go from 319 total revenue from that budget to, I'm pretty sure it might be a third of that. It might be $150 million budget. Give me y'all projections. But if we don't speak up and get vocal and get into these meetings like these people did, and stay in them, we'll continue to be led astray. You know what? I was listening to what's the man's name? Malcolm X's Ballad of the Bullet speech. It's been 60 years, y'all. 60 years this year since he gave that speech. And one point that he said that I love to quote, he said, we must understand the politics of our community, and we must know what politics is supposed to produce. We must know what part politics play in our lives. And until we become politically mature, we will always be misled, led astray, or deceived or maneuvered into supporting someone politically who doesn't have the good of our community at heart. We will have to carry on a political program of re-education to open our people's eyes, make us become more politically conscious, more politically mature. It's a shame that man could have wrote that junk yesterday. So this $300 million budget that's here, whatever you would do with it, I would still love to hear in the comments. Please share in the comments. We can continue this discussion here, and I want to make sure I tag our city leaders so they see what the comments are and the whole discussion. But this $300 million can be spent on so many things that people have already brought to the commission. My idea that I brought was with self-sustainable community gardens that would not even be on the city's power grid or the water grid. It will use water catchment systems to catch rainwater. It would use solar generators to create independent energy. So it will be a one-time investment. And these are the things that they're not funding. These are ideas that people are actively bringing to the city commission. And so when I get angry and I get frustrated and I start whatever, it's because the proper procedures are being taken. They're not being taken in a large scale, but they're happening. And people are actually going to these people and telling them what we need to do, and they're not listening. And so That's why we need everyone there, because if we all sing in a big huge chorus, then it sounds better, and then they can't ignore it and act like they didn't hear it. And so it's important. Oh, and you know, I didn't even talk about the city manager's job opening that's open now. They finally actually put the job up. Let's take a look, see real quick at this position. Hold on. So let's see the one thing too, because they put in here $317 million budget, including $158 million in enterprise funds, and serves the community with 1,100 employees. So this is the job description. They say this job pays between $225,000 and $275,000. And Underwood and Company is the consulting firm out of Thomasville that's conducting the search. If y'all want to be the city manager, here's how you apply. I shared it in the Albany Forward group. It's on the City of Albany's Facebook page. I like Derek Brown. When I've spoken with him in his interim capacity, he's been very responsive. I hope that they give him the job, honestly, because he's a finance guy, he's a numbers guy, and he sounds like he knows what he's doing. I want to keep things rolling the way they are. I hope this Thomasville firm don't bring nobody else from outside in. We've had a Superman. We've had a what was what's his name from? Stephen Carter. I don't know what Stephen Carter was from, but our city managers, the most recent ones, haven't been from here. And I think Derek Brown ain't from here either. Actually, where's Derek Brown from? Doggone it. I wish we could have somebody from here, because I get the bringing the outside perspective, and they can bring outside knowledge and outside relationships. But without knowing the landscape, knowing the people, and knowing the needs and what has afflicted the people for generations, you can't be as effective in addressing those needs, I feel. And then there goes that need for relationships. So listen, in fact, actually, what we at? We're coming up on the 40-minute mark, but there was, oh man, that's right. We was going to turn it to national news. Carter from Chicago. Stephen Carter from Chicago? Did our crime go up during his tenure because this nigga was from Chicago? I'm not joking either, because I like energy travels with people. Like, so there's a whole nother thing that I don't even, let me go look at the violence. He's like, oh, he was, anyway, funny but not funny. What was I finna say? Oh, we're gonna take it to national news, but give me like y'all give me like 30 seconds. Hold on. Okay. Listen, y'all. I wanted to hit on, because what we at the 40-minute. Before we get out of here, I want to, of course, reiterate, share the live. The whole first chunk of this, we were talking about the budget and recapping last week, and we're gonna extend this talk into next week about this $300 million budget and how this money needs to be spent, because I'm learning more and more about the money that's coming into the city. And so there's the $300 million budget that's accrued through taxes and just our city spending and things like that. But then there's other money that comes in the form of grants, that comes in the form of these rebates, that comes in the form of all these other different ways. And so by and large, there's more than this $8 million surplus that's at the end of our expenditures. There's more than that. And it's not being invested wisely. I've on previous lives talked about how we could put together a similar Partners in Excellence program like the Doherty County school system has, but with the city and the county, whereby people can apply for these funds and do the work that the city doesn't have the resources or means to do. Let's see. Oh, in fact, what would you say, Nikki? Get involved, inbox me, join the movement. Another town hall is coming soon. Good. Well, appreciate that. Yes. And so we've talked about these ideas and how we can actually wisely spend this money to reflect the interests of the people. And we don't have responsive leadership that is listening and taking the steps on these things. That's when it comes time to turn up the goddamn heat. That's when you send multiple emails, incendiary emails with that righteous indignation, and you CC everybody, and you make sure you get as many names as of people in your neighborhood and in your community as possible, and you add everybody on the email, and you send the email in mass, and you say, this is the voice of this community, and this is what we need. And you organize. We're going to have a caucus, buddy. Don't even worry about it. We are working on that. That's coming. Let's jump into this national news, y'all. Trump got convicted. Yes. In fact, let me pull up a let's just go straight to YouTube, because Trump got convicted, but nobody's talking about Hunter Biden and his gun charges. Trump was convicted on some money stuff, paying hush money, trying to pay somebody off to be quiet. Hunter Biden is guilty on gun charges. Hold up, man. And so this just, the liberal Democrats refuse to be honest about the reality that we're seeing. Poll Trump convicted reaction. Yes, thank you. I gotta call you back, Terrence. I got your message, Terrence. I'm gonna call you back. Not Terrence Fowler. Terrence Carson, another Terrence. What you got here? Okay, appreciate that link. Make sure y'all check the link in the comments. Nikki Owens here posted. I'm pretty sure that is a petition or something to sign. Make sure y'all sign that. Get active. So I don't want to hear that. Look, let's hear the New Yorkers reacting to Trump's conviction.
Streets in Lower Manhattan. Teresa, the reaction that you've gotten from people so far?
Yeah, not so surprising, Bianca and Steve, because Collect Palm Park, which is the park directly across the street, is sort of split in two at this point. One side are Trump supporters, the others are not. But I can tell you, this verdict, the fact that the former president guilty on all counts, is really the talk of the town. People are stopping by, asking us. As a matter of fact, the mail carrier just walked by. She said, "What's all the commotion about?"
So,
we told her, and she was quite surprised as well, as she's out here on
independent poll. Does Trump's conviction matter to y'all on this hush money mess? I don't. If we're taking a real pulse and a real gaze of the people, I am not a Trump fan by no means. I'm not gonna vote for Trump simply because, and it ain't. There's a whole bunch of other crap that I could say, but the main reason that I will not vote for Trump is because of what he did against the Central Park Five. I will not support that in any way. I don't care if it was 1,000,000 years ago, because of how you tried to destroy these boys' lives and actively did destroy these boys' lives because they were black and you were racist. No, I'm not gonna support you at all. Now, what I can do is be practical and not afraid when approaching Donald Trump supporters to hear what their issues are. And by and large, people that support Trump have issues with the system overstepping their bounds and the system not representing the interests of the people, i.e. sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, billions of dollars to Israel, billions of dollars when we have billions of dollars worth of need here. Black people who have been asking for reparations see that you are sending trillions of dollars over years to everywhere else but us. And doggone, I think finally, slowly, niggas is getting wise to like, oh, these niggas really don't care about us. They don't. And so, like, we got to be honest about those realities. And the liberal Democrats refuse to accept the realities that they are losing touch with their base, because now they're funded by big pharma and they're funded by big corporate interests. And so they have to toe this line. And so what would you say, Patrick Davis? Hunter Biden and Donald Trump not remotely equivalent, but still a problem for Joe Biden. They sure ain't remotely equivalent, because those are gun charges. This man is facing up to 25 years maximum in prison. I don't think, even with all the 34 counts, I don't even know what Trump facing. We're gonna see what the sentencing is. But I doubt that man is gonna really actively see any jail time for hush money. Like, we'll pay a fine, and I don't think he really should. He spent money. As far as I'm concerned, that's keeping the economy going. That doesn't hurt me or make me upset that Trump paid a porn star. It just don't. But what does make me upset is that you have this hypocritical. You got this hypocritical perspective of, oh, Trump's a convicted felon. But we the Democrats will never acknowledge the filth that Hunter Biden is smoking crack and pedophilia claims and all this other kind of crap. Like, what in the world? But y'all like, but that's his son. That's not the president. That's about. No, I don't want to hear that. That is a reflection of you. That is like the stuff that I do is a reflection of my daddy. Unfortunately, he don't like that, and he made it known. So, and we have our relationship because of that. And so, it don't matter what you try to say. Like, there's a double standard there, and people see that, and people don't like that. I don't like that. And until liberal Democrats can jump back into reality, they're going to continue this fissure and continue to lose the database. We can continue to lose the base. Check these links. What'd you say? Pro reparations groups call for the dismissal of lawsuit against Evanston program. What's this in here? You know what? I'm going to click this link. I can't click it because it's on this thing. Crap. I got to go to the live. We're going to click that link another time, Patrick Davis. But listen, dog, there's this whole double standard. Let's pull up Hunter Biden's crap. Hunter Biden gun charges. Because let that have been Obama's daughter. Let that be Melania. I mean, what's that baby's name? Sasha and Malia Obama. Let that been. Here, pull this up, dad. Share the screen, man. Come on, dad. All right, so this man here.
Trial.
What they talking about? Nah, go.
We are watching as Hunter Biden goes on trial for drug charges and firearms offenses. Here's the scene as he arrived in court, the very first family member of a sitting president to face criminal trial. And as we look at those images there, I don't think he stopped at all, just heading right into the courthouse. Richard Madden is covering the story for us, and he is in Washington. As I mentioned, first, so many unprecedented cases, Richard, just after Donald Trump, of course, last week, but now the first family member of a sitting president to face a criminal trial. What do we watch for as of today?
Yeah. All right, we can see what we watch for as of today another time. Look, I'm not laughing at Hunter Biden's pain or Trump's pain. I'm laughing at the hypocrisy and the double standard that we see, particularly on the liberal side. The conservative Republican side, of course, have been against the whole process from the beginning and have been vocal about Hunter Biden's foolishness from the beginning. But the liberals refuse to be upfront about it. They refuse to be upfront about the damage that the COVID measures did to economies, to homes, to businesses. They refuse to acknowledge the realities of a lot of things, and that is a problem. And so until Biden can say, hey, yeah, I've been wrong about sending billions of dollars over here, or I was wrong for shutting down the country and trying to force people to take vaccines. I was wrong for letting my son smoke crack and do deals with Ukraine. I was wrong for all these things. Own up to the junk. Accountability is what we're asking for. Accountability, the same junk that we're asking for from our local leaders, we're asking for from the leader of the nation, and we're not getting it, and that's a problem. And so, what you say here, Patrick Davis? Evanston's program focuses on Jim Crow era housing policies, a parallel to apartheid, according to Howard. The program began with sort of housing. Thank you for, what's that got to do with whatever I was talking about? Maybe that has to do with something I was talking about. I don't know. That kind of seemed random and left wheel. But anyway, yeah, now this here link, that's right. The charges Hunter Biden are really brought. What? I don't know. Oh, you're saying the charges that he's facing are really brought against someone? So you're saying that this is malicious prosecution like Trump having? I doubt it. It is nowhere getting nowhere near the fanfare and the upfront media coverage that Trump's trial has gotten. It's been nowhere near the same scope of scrutiny. And so one thing I want to just point out before we get out of here, because we had coming up on the hour mark, and I wasn't supposed to be here this long. We've got a better option, and let me just go ahead and put that option up here. CornellWest2024.com. Let's go. You heard me now. We've got a better option. I am still actively signing up people, or rather getting signatures for the nomination petition to get Cornell West on the ballot here in the state of Georgia. And so that is actively going on. If you want to sign the petition, you can come by the shop. And I also have dispatched people in the communities with some forms as well. And so they're getting signatures. And the goal for the state of Georgia to get Cornell West on the ballot is 7,500 votes, which of course we expect them to get in Atlanta alone. But my goal is to get Cornell West down here to talk to people here, to talk and touch the community, so we can actually see a presidential candidate come here down to Albany and talk actually what we need talked, because his whole platform. Let's go to the platform real quick. I'm glad I got y'all. Let's take a look, see, because it's extensive and it's practical and it's what needs to happen. Number one, abolish poverty. Off top, abolish poverty, abolish homelessness. Off top, that's on the platform. I'm not sure who else's platform is that direct, and it's not something that's unattainable. That's the thing. After reading that book, what's it? The Creature from Jekyll Island, and learning about how the Federal Reserve was formed and functions and all of that, and understanding where money comes from. Because let me stop this right here. They're not funding these wars with our tax dollars. Let me be very clear. The billions of dollars that's going to Ukraine, the billions of dollars that's going to Israel, that's not from our taxes. We don't pay them that much in no taxes. If that was the case, we wouldn't have a national debt. They fabricate this money from the Federal Reserve. They do these treasury bonds and the back and forth, woo-ha, magic, and boom, poof, magic money's there, and it's all digital. And then they send these billions of digital dollars across the seas, and they're oversaturating a money market. That's not from your tax dollars, which is why listen, y'all, we got to read. I might have a live reading of The Creature from Jekyll Island, because it's actually very insightful and it's good. Now, let's jump back into this platform, because there's a couple things I disagree with, but still, by and large, I would support this man. This national $27 minimum wage, well, with special consideration with specific geographies. Yeah, so this is extreme, but it's not undoable. If they have a universal income, which is also doable, because they're fabricating money out of nothing and they're just digitizing money. You can digitize money into everybody's bank account on a monthly basis, like they did with the stimulus. That was a test run to see how effective and practical that could be. And it was effective. It was practical. And we could possibly get another one if Trump get back in office. I'm not saying vote for Trump, but I'm saying he did get to do the stimulus. And that's what everybody loves and remembers. Now, Andrew Yang, the Asian man, was talking about a universal income before anybody else was, and everybody laughed at the man and told him he was crazy. And he's just a stupid Chinese. He doesn't know how the money works. Y'all stupid, because clearly that man knows, and as a millionaire, I'm pretty sure he knows how the money works. Listen, dog. There's worker justice, environmental justice, health justice, racial justice. One thing I wanted to go down to was this global justice. This man says he wants to dismantle the U.S. empire. He wanted to disband NATO. That's some powerful stuff. Now, of course, you'll have military experts who say that that's impractical, that that's naive, that's allowing our enemies to creep up to our back doors. But what Cornel West is espousing with this campaign and with his whole presidency would be a campaign of relationship and cooperation, global cooperation, as opposed to global domination. And by and large, because of the history of colonialism and colonization throughout the world, America naturally just became the next, empirical power, and took the form of all the nations before that had done the same thing. But we have an opportunity to do something different, create a different world with a different choice. For those people who feel like a third party vote is impractical, or just a vote for Trump, are completely misguided and don't understand what's happening in politics on a local, state, national, and a global level. Because people ain't dumb. People are seeing the trends, and people are seeing what's happening. People are seeing what's happening with the US dollar. And they see that it's being made worse. It's being exacerbated when you continue to send billions of dollars elsewhere, as opposed to spending that money here to fix the problems infrastructurally that we have, educationally that we have, all of these things. So people see this, and people are tired of the mismanagement on the national level. We're tired of the mismanagement here in Albany on a local level. And it is time that we do something different, and we're not going to vote for the same foolishness. For those people who continue to blindly walk into the fire, walk into the flames, y'all are part of the problem. If you have the mindset of, oh, well, there's no other option, or, well, I just have to vote this way because I can't vote this way, you're part of the problem, because you have a choice. And until you approach the choice with with confidence and fortitude, saying, I take ownership of the fact that you have a choice, you will always be, like Malcolm X said, misled, misguided, and maneuvered. So, yeah, dog, there's a lot that we can do, and we have to do something different, y'all. I've been here too long. I got to get out of here and open this shop. Listen. Hey, appreciate that, Patrick Davis, putting the Cornel West, even though you are a staunch Democrat. I appreciate the talks that we didn't have, and I appreciate your insight. But definitely check out the platform. I'm going to be printing out some stuff here at my own dollar, my own cost, to get information out about Dr. Cornel West and his platform. And we're going to be engaging people much more over the next few months about this presidential campaign, because when it comes down to it, one thing let me not say that. Cornel West campaign is not being run and made to look like a conventional presidential campaign, and that's speaking to the outliers, and I get it. But one thing that I want everybody to get when you see it, because it looks like a protest. A lot of his the imagery because I'm in the Slack group, I'm in the campaign organizational group, and I'm seeing like the imagery and stuff that they're putting out. I'm gonna design my own stuff, but it looks like a protest. We gotta I don't even know where I'm trying to go with that. Just look, we gonna talk more about it, y'all. Let me get off of this live. I appreciate everybody's love. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Who is this? Appreciate everybody for sharing the live. If you find anything that I've shared in this live exciting, helpful, life-changing in any way, please share it and let everybody know what time it is. We got a lot more to talk about. This $300 million budget is not done. There are still amendments that can be made. There's still suggestions that can be had, and we just need to put pressure and oversight on our leaders to get the job done effectively and how we need it done. So please stay engaged. The next city commission meetings, in fact, the meeting dates are in the Albany Forward group. So make sure you join there and see all the different meeting dates that are coming up. What else is it? I think that's it, y'all. I love y'all. Be blessed. We right under an hour. Good job.